We talk a lot about how mastering tiny 1% habits can completely transform our lives. But if that's true, why does mastering money feel so much harder for so many of us? Well, today we're going to dive deep into that with an explainer on the psychology of money.
It's a great question, right? I mean, you see brilliant people, doctors, engineers, artists, who are just absolute geniuses in their field, but they can't seem to get their finances in order. It kind of proves that being book smart isn't the key ingredient for financial success. So, what is going on here?
It really boils down to this one powerful idea. We've all been taught to think about money like it's math or physics, with these hard and fast rules, but it's not. It's psychology. Turns out financial success is a soft skill, and how you behave is way, way more important than what you know.
Okay, so let's jump into the first big concept, and it's a little weird at first. No one is crazy. Seriously. Every single financial decision anyone makes, well, it makes perfect sense to them in that moment. It's all because of our personal history with money, that unique financial baggage we all carry around.
And you can see this so clearly when you think about two different childhoods, right? If you grew up with very little, money is all about survival and security. Every decision is laser focused on not losing what you have. But to someone who grew up with wealth, those same choices might look totally irrational. For them, money is a tool for growth and opportunity, so they're thinking about long-term gains. Neither one is crazy. They're just playing completely different games based on totally different life experiences. But it's not just our personal history shaping things. We also have to account for these massive, unseen forces of luck and its evil twin, risk. We love to tell ourselves that success is all about hard work and grit, but, that's really only part of the story. Maybe the best way to look at it is like this. Hard work is absolutely crucial. It's like the price of admission to the game. You gotta have it. But the final score is also massively influenced by things that are completely out of your control, like the good luck of being born in the right place at the right time, or the bad risk of a sudden market crash that nobody saw coming.
So what do we do with that? Well, the big takeaway here is a simple mindset shift. Learn to see the role of luck in your own wins and the role of risk in other people's losses. Embracing this fosters humility and empathy. And believe it or not, that makes you a much better, less emotional decision maker in the long run.
All right, so how does this tie back into habits? Well, this next idea, the magic of compounding, this is what I'd call the atomic habit of building wealth. It is the financial version of getting just 1% better every single day. Let's make it super simple. Imagine you invest just $100. I know, it seems tiny, right? Almost like it's not even worth the effort. But just look at what happens over time. After a year, you barely see a difference. Even after 10 years, it's pretty modest. But then something starts to happen. The curve begins to bend upwards. At 20 years, it's picking up speed, and by year 40, boom, the growth is explosive. The real magic isn't in how much you start with, it's in the unbroken time and the patience to just let it work. And this brings us to a super important point. The skills you need to get rich are often the total opposite of the skills you need to stay rich. This is where that humility habit really comes into play. I mean, think about it. Getting rich usually requires taking big risks, being wildly optimistic, and really putting yourself out there. But staying rich, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a defensive game. It requires the humility to know that what came from risk can disappear just as fast. It's all about patience and a survival mindset, just staying in the game long enough for compounding to do its thing. So why even do all this? Why save? Why be so patient? It's not just about buying more stuff or a bigger house. The ultimate goal, the real reason to build wealth, is something so much more valuable. It's freedom. So what is true wealth really? It's not a number in your bank account. It's not a fancy car. True wealth is the ability to wake up every single morning and say to yourself, I can do whatever I want today. It's about having complete control over your own time. See, every dollar you save isn't just a dollar. It's a piece of your future that you're buying back. You're not saving for a watch, you're saving for control over your own schedule. It's the flexibility to change careers, the safety net to handle a surprise emergency, the independence to walk away from a job you hate. What you're really buying is options. And that kind of freedom, well, that's the highest dividend money will ever pay.
So when you pull it all together, when you look at the whole picture, the pattern becomes crystal clear. Financial success really has very little to do with what you know and everything to do with what you do. It's all about your behavior. And that, right there, is the most empowering part of all of this. Just like you can build tiny habits to get healthier or learn a new instrument, managing your money is a skill. It's a skill you can absolutely master by understanding your own psychology and then building better behaviors, one small choice at a time. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you know how much our behavior, our own personal history, and our definition of wealth can shape everything, what is the one single takeaway, the one behavioral change you're going to apply to your own money starting today?